Well, praise the good Lord and good morning, saints of the Most High. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this video. On average, 80% of New Year's resolution fail by the second week of February. Good habits are hard to get started and even harder to keep. So on, I believe it was last Saturday, we had our health awareness class, and that's what we started off, just kind of giving that little bit of information about resolutions or setting goals. And so the question was asked, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for us to achieve our goals or to change our habits? Of course, you can say a lot of things that was said, or you can say is, lack of motivation, lack of discipline, determination, lack of support, the goals aren't realistic, so forth and so on. So we can make a lot of different arguments and why. But the word that came to me, and this is what we talked about in health awareness, is change. Okay, why is it so hard? Because it's hard to change. It doesn't matter what it is that's in your life that you have to make changes on. It is very, very hard to do so because we are so used to what we're used to, what we're used to doing, what we're used to eating, what we're used to wearing, how we're used to living. We're used to those things. This saying came to me, change is hard, but it's oftentimes necessary. So as hard as it is, there are a lot of things that in our lives that we need to change and we have to change, and it's very necessary for us to make a change. I won't be able to go over everything with you in this video. It's not enough time, but I will let you know that I will attach 2 sheets for you. Last week we did a front and a back sheet. And on the front sheet, what I would like for you to do, because it's kind of important for us to write things down. When we write it down, we see it, we can remember it. And then it may be good for you to put it up somewhere on your refrigerator, on your mirror in the morning, something like that. And so there's 4 questions on for you to answer on this form. Change is hard but necessary. What is it that you need to change? What is it that you need to change, you need to work on? Why is it so hard for you to make this change? Some of us been trying to make this change for a long time. So recognize why it is so hard for you to make the change. Why is it important for you to change? So what are the benefits? If you change, what are the good things that are going to come out of it? And then the last question, what can happen if you don't change? What are the consequences? So if you don't stop doing what you're doing, that you know you need to change, what is going to happen in your now or in your future if you don't make those changes. So after we got through with that, we talked about that. And then on the other side of your sheet, after you answered those questions honestly, on the other side of your sheet, the Lord gave it to me. Pray, plan, prep. Okay, pray, plan, prep. Very simple. First of all, pray. Whenever you are doing anything, my sister Joy, she preached a message years ago, and I remember she was saying about in all of our ways. It doesn't matter if it's a toothpaste or whatever it is. All your ways, acknowledge Him, He'll direct your path. There's a lot of stuff that we desire and we desire to have and desire to do, but we may not have that knowledge on how to obtain those goals. So pray. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. He shall direct your path. If any of you lack wisdom, let Him ask. And that God will give it to you liberally. He'll just give it to you. He'll give you wisdom and understanding. And He won't, mock you or make fun of you or scorn you or anything for asking Him those things. So He upbraideth not, and it shall be given unto you. So first of all, pray, ask God what it is that you should do concerning your situation, concerning your change. The next thing we talked about is planning. All right, so decide on and arrange in advance. Do your research, write it down, keep it in front of you. So when after you pray, God shows you what to do, how to, what you should do, then start planning how you're going to achieve those goals. Okay, so how am I going to, if I want to lose weight, how am I going to lose weight? You know, understand one plan doesn't fit all. So what works for me? What works for me? Should I do the Mediterranean diet? Should I, stop doing carbs? I mean, what works for me? What works for me when I exercise? Should I go to the gym or whatever? We have the internet. You have other sources that you can use to help you in your planning. Health awareness, we're all here for you as well. Not just me, but there's a group of us that are actually implementing and doing some things and making some changes where we can actually help one another. So after you pray, start planning how you should go about achieving this goal. And then the last thing is to prep. So what good is it for you to pray about it? God reveals it to you. You write it down. You start doing your research and you write down, what you want to do, but you don't make that prep, okay? You don't take the action or the process and making it ready. You might need equipment. You might need materials to be successful. So, example. I want to go walking. I want to do better with walking. Well, I need to have the proper shoes. Okay, so what good is it for me to plan to walk Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays on 30 days a day in my neighborhood? That's my plan, but then I don't have the proper shoes to walk with. Or maybe I need to walk with weights, or just whatever you might have decide that you want to do. So you need to prep it, make preparation, eating healthy. How do I eat healthy? Well, what's your plan? And then once you figure your plan out, then you need to start buying those foods and items that you need and get rid of the stuff that you don't need. And so it doesn't matter what it is. If it's stress, how am I going to be more dedicated to stress, be stress-free this year? Some of us are dealing with stress, and stress have a lot to do with your life. So how am I going to do that? And so then I need to have that book or whatever. That's the prepping part. Okay? So pray, plan, and prep. So that is on the sheets for you to be able to hold on to, and hopefully it can help you throughout the year. And then before I go, we talked about some things, some ideas or some thoughts that I had. And so we discussed some of those. I won't be able to go over all of them, but I do want to say again, one size does not fit all. So whatever you are planning, make it worthwhile. If you have something that you can actually be successful in and succeed in, it will motivate you to continue on. All right, don't challenge yourself with something big and something that's not realistic. Give yourself a realistic goal. Take baby steps. Okay, take baby steps a little bit at a time. So if you're changing your diet, I've always told people, maybe start with your drinks, what you're drinking. You don't realize how much sugar is just in what you're drinking. So if you can just start changing what you're drinking and start getting water and stuff like that, that's your first step. And then your next step might be, okay, try to replace my ice creams. Okay, when you're changing, you're not necessarily taking stuff away. What you're doing is you're modifying your lifestyle. You're altering it. Okay, so take baby steps. Be consistent, but not perfect. And it came to me like this: perfection can make you feel you have no willpower, which might make you give up. So work on being consistent, okay, and not being perfect, okay, because none of us are perfect. And if we can try to be perfect and stuff, it might make us feel like we don't have no willpower and we were not successful, which make us want to give up. It's important to have a buddy system. A buddy system is important. Have somebody if you can. I will be more than happy. Text me, hey, Sister Sean, such and such and such I did today. I would be more than happy to text you back and and encourage you and stuff like that. Again, there's a few of us that I'm not gonna call names, but you know who you are. You know who's been coming and who's been responding and stuff. But it's quite a few of us that are on this path, and we are willing to be a help and a blessing to you as well. So having that support, get away from the negativity. Some people can be very negative because they don't feel the need to change. So then also we talked about this on last week as well. They kind of feel threatened, by you changing. So be careful who your surrounding is. Surround yourself with support. Don't look at what you can't do. Look at what you will be able to do. So don't focus on what you can't do right now. Focus on what you will be able to do, okay? Let that be your motivation. It takes time to see changes. So understand, you have been that way for as long as you've known yourself. So give yourself time to make changes. Start today, start now. Don't wait till tomorrow, okay? Today, start now. The last thing I believe I want to say is life have a way to force us to change. All right, so life have a way to force us to change. It has a way to make us do stuff that we would never thought we would ever have to do. COVID is an example, all right? This pandemic is an example. It will force us to change and do stuff that we would never thought we would have to do. Our health, when we go to the doctors and they tell us, I'm sorry, but you need to lose weight, you need to get healthy. Life can do that. It can force you to make some changes. But listen, you don't have to let life catch up with you. You can get ahead of it, okay? Most of us are probably going to end up one day, if we haven't already seen a doctor, we're going to probably end up seeing a doctor, or probably going to have to make some changes in our health. So why not get ahead of it? Don't let it catch up with you. Get ahead of it, and you can do that. Most of the sicknesses and the diseases that we're going through are preventable. The only ones that aren't preventable is the one that God is allowing us to go through. Some of us are going to be sick because it's going to be to God's glory that he's going to help us and heal us through those sicknesses. But some of us, we know we can do better. We know we can change our stress, our eating habits, our exercising. We can change those things, okay? Perhaps your goal is not to watch so much TV, not to sit so much. Plan that out. Read a book, go for a walk, do something. So anyway, again, I won't be able to go over everything. I hope that I said enough for you to understand that it is important and necessary for you to make some changes. And I hope that you will start. I was hoping that I would have seen more of you on last Saturday, but amen. I didn't get to see you, but I hope you will start making your changes by even start to come back to health awareness classes. And so as long as the Lord continue to give me things to talk about, I will be his mouthpiece. I do believe that this does make a difference, and I do believe that it is necessary for us to have these classes and to be together. We can only succeed and be successful if we have the support one of another. So again, continue to keep me in prayer. Lord willing, we will have our health awareness class March, I believe it's the 6th, so the first Saturday of next month. I believe, just as always, that it's going to be a good class of information. Health awareness is just about informing you. It's just about informing you and trying to inspire you to make some changes in your life, trying to inspire you to do something about your health. So I can't make you, but I do ask, that if you have the time out, take some time out to think about what's in your future. All right, what's in your now? Tomorrow's gone, but we do have a now. We do have yesterday's gone. We do have a today, we do have a tomorrow, and Lord willing, we'll have a future. So how do you want to spend your time? How do you want to spend your future? Do you want to spend it in a doctor's office taking medication, or do you want to spend it as healthy as you can possibly be? I will take the latter. And so that's why I'm making my changes now, and I hope that you will as well. I love you all. I pray that you all have a blessed day and a blessed weekend, and we will see you on Sunday, Lord willing. God bless.